This NFL season, the Carolina Panthers were the worst team in the NFL after only winning 2 games. But I am here to save the Carolina Panthers, but with the fantasy draft. And now it is time to start drafting. And for our first round pick, we have pick 27. I think I want to build an offensive focused team, specifically a run heavy team. So with my first round draft pick, I will draft Christian McCaffrey. 98 overall with superstar X Factor. And he is ranked 16th in true value. And we drafted him at 27. So I think that was a good draft pick. In the second round, we have pick 6. We need a quarterback. I'm going to draft quarterback Trevor Lawrence. And even though it was a reach, he's going to be our quarterback for the future. For my next 2 draft picks, I selected right guard Chris Lindstrom and left guard Quentin Nelson. And now our run game should be pretty dominant, and we will need a receiver. So I'm going to draft 83 overall, George Pickens. He's only 22 years old, and he's already got star development, so he's definitely going to be our #1 receiver. We will need to get some defensive players. I could go middle linebacker Demario Davis or middle linebacker Levante David, but I want to see if I can find a nice edge rusher because I feel like a pass rusher is very important in Madden. But after searching, I couldn't really find a dominant pass rusher like I wanted to, so I'm going to draft right outside linebacker Dre Greenlaw, only 26 years old, 86 overall, and Madden says that was a good pick. And Jordan Davis is still available in round 7. Defensive tackle, only a 78 overall, but he's only 23 years old and he has star development. I think that was a steal. For my 8th round draft pick, I'm going to draft wide receiver Jamison Williams, 78 overall, 22 years old. And reason being is because he's got 98 speed, 96 acceleration. So he should be a good complementary receiver to George Pickens. And now we're just going to start going best players available. I want to draft some more defensive players. So I'm going to draft defensive tackle Grover Stewart, 85 overall. And then we'll do a couple more draft picks, and then I think we'll go ahead and sim it. I could use a tight end, so I'm going to draft 85 overall, Darren Waller. For my final pick before I sim, I'm going to draft 83 overall, Deron Payne, 26 years old, star development. So let's go ahead and sim to the end of the draft, and let's see what our team is looking like, man. I'm excited. And this will be our starting lineup for year 1. I think we did a solid job drafting. Of course, we have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey at running back, George Pickens and Jamison Williams at receiver, Darren Waller at tight end. I think our offensive weapons are really good. Our offensive line looks pretty solid, except for our right tackle, who is a 67 overall. And our defense isn't looking that bad either. Our linebackers, of course, we have Dre Greenlaw, who is our highest rated player on the defense. Safeties are looking decent. We could use another corner, but our corners are young, so they're going to develop pretty quickly. And our defensive line is looking good too. The CPU drafted Lucas Van Ness, rookie left in with hidden development, so I'm excited about that. But I did make the mistake of drafting 3 defensive tackles, so I think I'm going to trade Deron Payne and try to pick up another corner or pass rusher for him. Okay, I'm offering Deron Payne for 82 overall, Paulson Adebo. Let's see if the Colts take it. It's close, so I'm going to offer like a 7th round draft pick, and they should take that. And the trade is accepted, and Paulson Adebo is the newest member of the Carolina Panthers. So our final lineup going into year 1, we're an 84 overall with an 87 overall offense and an 81 defense. It's time to set the season goal, and I would like to at least make the playoffs in year 1, in which I think we can do. And in year 1, the Carolina Panthers finished 12-5, finishing 2nd in the division behind the Atlanta Falcons, who finished 14-3. Christian McCaffrey led the NFL in rushing yards with almost 1,815 touchdowns, which is exactly how I wanted to set my team up. Trevor Lawrence didn't have that great of a season, which is okay. He finished with 3,500 yards passing, 22 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. And none of our receivers finished with over 1,000 yards. George Pickens led our team in receiving yards with only 880 and 6 touchdowns. And on defense, Greenlaw led the team in tackles with 106. Christian Fulton led the team in interceptions with 2 interceptions. And Sampson led our team in sacks with 5.5. And it looks like we have a wild card game against the Seattle Seahawks, who also finished 12-5. They're an 86 overall compared to our 84 overall. Let's go ahead and jump into this game and see if we can't win our first playoff game in year 1. Okay, the Panthers are already down 7-0, 14-0. Our offense needs to get a touchdown, in which we do. The Seahawks go up 21-7, but we score right back. Now in the 4th quarter, score still 21-14. Now it's 21-21. It's 3rd and 8, and we're going to send a blitz. It looks like they have Josh Allen at quarterback.
Denied.
And Jordan Davis shoots the gap and makes the play. We're going to call a timeout. And we have the ball back with 1 minute and 7 seconds left with 1 timeout. And we're only down by 3. Okay, we're going to run this flood concept. They have George Pickens lined up on the outside. He's pressed. X is wide open. And we just couldn't get the ball off. Daniel Hunter makes the play. We don't have to force anything because we have plenty of time. We're just going to hit Christian McCaffrey on the flat route. And he's going to step out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. I think this is man coverage. If so, I'm going to hit George Pickens. It's not his zone. Just hit Christian McCaffrey, who couldn't make the catch, and that's going to bring up 4th down. We have to pick this up, or that's ball game. I'm hitting George Pickens, who gets wide open. What a route. We're going to hurry back to the line. I might take a shot deep to George Pickens, just to throw it up to him. Maybe give him like a back shoulder. That's pass interference. Pass interference, defense. And that's going to put us on the 18 with 30 seconds left. And we still do have a timeout. I think this is cover 3, so I'm going to try to hit R1 up the seam. Go up and get that. Go up and get it. Go up and get it. He makes the catch. And the Panthers will take the lead. All defense has to do is stop the Seahawks from scoring a touchdown with only 22 seconds. Josh Allen is going to take the check down to Derrick Henry. They only have 19 seconds left. Nobody's open. Josh Allen is going to take off. And he will pick up the 1st down. 11 seconds left. Josh Allen's just going to throw it away. And it looks like they're settling for the Hail Mary. Don't let him catch it. Just swat it down. Swat it down. Swat it down. Swat it down. And that will be ball game. And the Panthers will be moving on to the divisional round of the playoffs. And in the divisional round, the Panthers will be playing against their division rival, the Atlanta Falcons, who did win the division this year as they went 14-3. Let's look at the Falcons depth chart real quick. I want to see what players they have. The Falcons have 99 overall Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and also 96 overall Josh Jacobs at running back. They've got solid receivers Calvin Ridley, Marquise Brown. They have Dalton Schultz at tight end, 89 overall. Their defense, they don't have anybody really special, but they do have some very young, solid cornerbacks in Derek Stingley Jr. and Joey Porter Jr. But now it is time to jump into this game and see if we can take down our division rivals. And the Falcons go up 7-0, 10-0. We kick a field goal. The Falcons go up 16-3, and we settle for another field goal. And the Falcons go up 23-6. I think this game is probably over with. And the Falcons take down the Panthers 30-13. After advancing to the offseason, the Chiefs ended up beating the Falcons 35-12 in the Super Bowl. And Lamar Jackson won NFL MVP with the Vikings. And DeMarcus Lawrence won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. And we have 21 players ready to negotiate, starting with Chris Lindstrom, Dre Greenlaw, Paulson Adebo, Lucas Van Ness, and Christian Fulton. So we do have quite a bit of players that we need to re-sign, but we do have $141 million in cap room. So starting with Chris Lindstrom, he's looking for 3 years, $16 million a year. I'm going to offer him 4 years, about $20 million a year, and he wants to play for a new team. Dre Greenlaw, I'm going to offer him 4 years. I'll bump the money up a little bit, and he's going to re-sign with us. Paulson Adebo re-signs with us. So does Lucas Van Ness, and we got Christian Fulton to re-sign with us as well. So now we'll just franchise tag Chris Lindstrom, and then we could let everybody else walk. Looking through free agency, we could use a middle linebacker, so I'm going to offer Levante David a contract, and he did end up signing with us. And that was really the only upgrade that we needed. So now I'm going to sim to the draft. And looking at our team before the draft, we could use a right tackle. And on defense, we could use a free safety and then also another edge rusher. But I definitely think our focus is offensive line this draft. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start the draft. And I completely forgot that we don't even have a first round pick because of the trade they did in real life. So we're going to have to send to the next round. And we have pick 27 in the second round. And I'm looking at this left end, Robbie Allman. He's got A tackle, B to D power moves, and he had a fantastic combine. I think this is who I'm going to draft. And he's only got normal development, which is kind of disappointing, but maybe he'll turn out to be a great player. Now in round 3, we have pick 27. I think this round I'm going to go offensive line regardless, and we should be able to find a pretty decent offensive lineman. And I'm going to pick up Javon Black, left guard, had a great combine, and he's got hidden development. And my final pick before I sim, I'm going to draft right outside linebacker, Cam Searchy, who has A to C block shedding, A to C tackle, and A to C zone coverage. And he ran a 4.56, which was first out of all right outside linebackers. And he's got normal development. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of the draft. And I'm going to put this team together. And looking at our starting lineup for year 2, it's pretty much still the same. Although I did move Quentin Nelson to right tackle. And I'm starting rookie Javon Black at left guard. And defense is the exact same as well, except for in free agency we picked up Levante David and I moved him to left outside linebacker. Setting our season goal for year 2 is going to be the same thing, make the playoffs. Although I think we could make a Super Bowl run. So now it's time to sim to the playoffs, and let's see how the Panthers perform in year 2. And we went from being 12-5 to going 8-9 in year 2. We finished 11th in offense, 24th in defense, so it looks like defense is our problem. Trevor Lawrence finished 16th in passing yards. Christian McCaffrey finished 4th in rushing yards with 1,500. And for 2 consecutive seasons, we didn't have a receiver go over 1,000 yards. And looking at the 2024 recap, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, beating the Chargers 21-14. Joe Burrow won NFL MVP with the Chiefs, and Micah Parsons won Defensive Player of the Year with the Saints. And we have 14 players ready to negotiate, starting with Trevor Lawrence, who's got no interest in signing with us. He wants 5 years, $41.9 million a year. I'm going to give him 7 years, and I upped the money quite a bit. Let's see if he takes it. Thanks for the offer, but I'm just not interested in signing. Well, he's getting franchise tag. Chris Lindstrom, I already know he's not going to sign with us, but I will offer him 5 years. I'll bump the money up quite a bit, and he's going to test out free agency. Kyer Elam has interest in signing with us. He wants about 5 a year. I'll give him about 6 a year, and he signed. This year in free agency, I'll offer 3 different players: left guard Joe Thuney, free safety Geno Stone, and wide receiver Elijah Moore. Let's see if any of them accept our offers. And we managed to get all 3 of them to sign with us. And we are now in the NFL draft, 12th pick in the first round, and it is time to make our selection. And for my first round draft pick, I'm going to draft Byron Buchanan, and he's got hidden development, so that is huge. He's 6'5", 318 pounds. I might end up moving him into the interior, but we're just gonna have to find out. We don't have a second round pick, so I have to sim to the 3rd round, and I'm looking for offensive line. And I'm going to draft right guard Jared Good, who has hidden development. And in the 4th round, I'm going to draft right tackle John Robertson, and he has normal development. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the end of the draft and get ready for year 3. I'm offering the Broncos Grover Stewart in the 2nd round pick for left end Kalijah Cansey, and they accept the trade. And then I moved Brian Buchanan to defensive tackle. We finally have a decent pass rusher in Kalijah Cansey. He's only 24 years old. He has star development, and he's already an 80 overall. So I'm hoping he can develop pretty quick. And now this is what our defense is looking like for year 3. And then on offense is still the same, except I'm starting rookie center Jared Good. But now it's time to sim to the playoffs, and we better perform. Our team is too good not to be making the playoffs. And we made the playoffs, only finishing 8-9. Don't know how that's possible, but we did it. In year 3, Christian McCaffrey finished with 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence finished 31st in passing yards and 35th in passer rating. That is terrible. And once again, not a single receiver finished over 1,000 yards. And we do have a wild card game playing against the Atlanta Falcons, who finished 12-5. Approaching the 2nd quarter, the score is 7-0. The Falcons tie at 7-7. When we kick a field goal, we go up 10-7. The Falcons score a touchdown, 14-10. In the 3rd quarter, we take the lead, then the Falcons take it right back, and the Falcons beat the Panthers 28-20 in the wild card. And the Falcons won the Super Bowl, beating the Bills 29-21. Anthony Richardson won NFL MVP with the Raiders, and CeeDee Lamb won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders, and Micah Parsons once again won Defensive Player of the Year with the Saints. We have 17 players ready to negotiate, starting with Trevor Lawrence, who all of a sudden has high interest in signing with us. We have to re-sign George Pickens, who has no interest in signing with us. So let's go ahead and get started with Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to give him a 7-year, $178 million deal. Hopefully he takes this and he wants to play for a new team. That is quite unfortunate because we cannot allow you to play for a new team. So we're going to franchise tag Trevor Lawrence. Jamison Williams, I'll give a 5-year deal. He's excited to sign such a great offer. Joe Thuney, even though he's 33 years old, he's still a 91 overall. We need to bring him back for at least another year. We got that deal done. And now the only player left that I really need to bring back is George Pickens. I'm going to offer him quite a bit just because I really need to bring him back. So I give him 7 years, almost $70 million. And he accepted that offer. So we brought back all of our main players. And that leaves us with $55 million in cap room. But honestly, looking at our team, there's no hole. It's just all of our players are young and still developing. We could use another left outside linebacker because Levante David did retire. And on offense, we could use another left tackle. But besides that, our team is just developing. But let's go ahead and look at the free agency class. I'm going to offer Shaq Mason a 1-year deal, $12 million. And he did sign with us, and I'm probably going to end up moving him to left tackle. And he's pretty much the only decent player in the free agency class. And now we go ahead and sim to the draft and try to find a solid linebacker. All right, in the 2026 NFL draft, we have the 19th pick in the 1st round. And this left outside linebacker, Ashton Warner, looks pretty solid. He's got B block shedding, A pursuit. He's 6'4", 259 pounds. And he didn't participate in the combine, but he looks pretty solid. And he's got hidden development. We traded away our 2nd round pick, so I'm going to advance to the next user pick, which is in the 3rd round. And with my 3rd round pick, I'm going to draft tight end Carlos Sanchez, 6'3", 258 pounds. Had a fantastic combine, finished top 3 in pretty much everything. And he's got normal development, but he's probably going to be an instant starter because Darren Waller is aging, and I think he dropped all the way down to a 74 overall. So Carlos Sanchez is probably our future tight end. And with my 4th round pick, which is the final pick before I sim, I'm going to draft right outside linebacker, Sheldon Red. He's got normal development. And now I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of the draft. And this is our starting lineup for year 4. Offense still the same. And on defense, I'm starting our linebacker that we drafted, but I moved him to left end. I'm trading away Lucas Van Ness and a 5th round pick for right tackle Darnell Wright. And they're close to taking it, so I'm going to throw in like another 4th round draft pick. And they should take that. And they do. Trade accepted. So we now have our starting left tackle. I feel like this is the best team that we've had since the start. So there should be no reason that we don't make the playoffs. And we finished 6-11. So the worst our team has done yet. Trevor Lawrence finished 3rd in passing yards though. But Chris McCaffrey dropped down to 12th in rushing yards. And that linebacker that we drafted in the 1st round ended up having superstar X factor. So that is huge. But as for the rest of our team, we don't have a bad team whatsoever. I don't know what is wrong with our team, but we've got to figure it out. And in 2026, the Vikings beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl 35-24. Anthony Richardson won back-to-back NFL MVPs. Josh Jacobs won Offensive Player of the Year with the Falcons. And Max Crosby won Defensive Player of the Year with the Eagles. I need to sign Trevor Lawrence to a long-term deal, so hopefully we can get it done this year. And I'm offering him a 7-year deal. Hopefully he takes it, and he does. So we have Trevor Lawrence for the next 7 years. Next we have Quentin Nelson, still a 92 overall at age 31. He wants 21.4. I'll give him 24, 25. He's going to test out free agency. Darnell Wright, I'll give him a 6-year contract. I'll up the money quite a bit. He takes that offer. Let's go Kalijah Cansey. He accepts my offer. Joe Thuney, 87 overall at age 34. He's going to test out free agency. And then Jordan Davis. And we managed to re-sign Jordan Davis. And then I franchise tag Quentin Nelson. And that leaves us with $16 million in cap room. And in free agency, the only player that we were able to sign was Frankie Louvu. We pretty much just re-signed him because he played for our team last year. Let's start the draft and let's see who's available. And we have the 9th pick in the 1st round. And I found this tight end, Levi Sands, who looks like a beast. I'm going to draft him. He's got hidden development. He's going to be our instant starter at tight end. In the 2nd round, I'm going to draft Larry Stewart, middle linebacker. He's got normal development. And then to end this draft, I'm going to draft center Morgan Vogel. And he's got hidden development. He's probably going to be our starting center. And this is our starting lineup for year 5. Trevor Lawrence managed to get to a 90 overall X Factor. George Pickens, 91 overall superstar. Christian McCaffrey, still a superstar. We have a new tight end. We have a new center. And our defense is also looking really solid. So if this team can't make the playoffs, then the Panthers just cannot be saved. And we finished 11-6 and made the playoffs as the 5th seed. Trevor Lawrence finished 5th in passing yards with 4,400, 3rd in passing touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey finished with 1,100 rushing yards, and George Pickens finished with 1,500 receiving yards and 13 receiving touchdowns. Ashton Warner had 7.5 sacks, which led our team. Dre Greenlaw had 105 tackles, and our 2 starting corners both had 3 interceptions. And now it is time to jump into our wildcard game versus the Arizona Cardinals, who are an 87 overall compared to our 85 overall. In the 1st quarter, we go up 7-0, make that 14-0. The Cardinals kick a field goal. We go up 21-3. Cardinals kick another field goal. And now with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter, the Panthers are up 21-13, and we've got to hold this lead. We're going to give a handoff to Christian McCaffrey, who hits the hole. We're going to give it right back to Christian McCaffrey, and that should be a 1st down. He's going to make a move, and he's still on his feet, and that will move the chains. Another handoff. Pickup of 1 yard, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. McCaffrey, 3rd and 9. We kind of need to pick this up. X is wide open. He makes the catch, and that's a 1st down, and the Cardinals will burn their 2nd timeout. And now we can pretty much keep the ball on the ground and run this clock out. Cardinals burn their last timeout. And that's the game right there. Just get down, don't fumble. And the Panthers win 21-12, and we'll move on to the divisional round of the playoffs. In the divisional round, we're going to be playing against our division rival, the Atlanta Falcons, who have a really good team this year as they went 15-2. They still have 99 overall Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and also 99 overall Josh Jacobs at running back. So this is definitely going to be tough, but if we want to get to the Super Bowl, we're going to have to go through them. All right, come on, offense. Please get in the end zone. And we do, but the Falcons score right back. And now we are in the 2-minute drill. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds to try to drive down the field and hopefully get in field goal range. George Pickens wide open. He makes the catch, gets out of bounds. That was a great throw by Trevor Lawrence. I think this is man coverage. It is. Jameson Williams has a step. That's a dot. That's a dot, and that's a touchdown. That's 98 speed, Jameson Williams. And the Panthers go up 14-7. We are now in the fourth quarter. No points were scored in the third quarter. We go up 17-7, 24-7, and it looks like we're going to win this game. And we do, as the Panthers beat the Falcons 24-21 in the divisional round of the playoffs. And Trevor Lawrence had a great game, finished with 324 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. George Pickens 9 catches, 141 yards, and Jameson Williams 5 catches, 113 yards. And the Panthers have made it to the conference championship game, playing against the 13-4 Dallas Cowboys. Looking at the Cowboys roster, they have 98 overall Bryce Young, 99 overall Jonathan Taylor at running back, 99 overall Jalen Waddle at receiver. They've also got 99 overall Nick Bosa and 96 overall Derek Brown. This might be the best team that we've faced all year.
A battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
We kick a field goal to start the game. So do the Cowboys. 3-3 in the second quarter. Cowboys go up 10-3. We kick another field goal 10-6. But we have the ball with 55 seconds left before half. 2 timeouts. Let's try to get in the end zone before half. Pickens is wide open. Great throw by Trevor Lawrence. Just roll out. Can't really find anybody. R1's wide open. Is that Pickens? That's Pickens wide open in the end zone. I think that was a blown coverage. But that's going to give us the lead, put us up 13-10. Cowboys tie the game. They go up 20-13. But we are in the red zone. And we're just going to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey, who cuts back, does a juke move, and gets all the way down to the 1. And Christian McCaffrey should be able to walk right in the end zone, dolphin dive. And that's going to tie the game. Okay, game on the line, 2 minutes, 39 seconds left to play. Cowboys are on offense. Got to keep them out of field goal range. That's a pick. That's a pick. Oh, my gosh, that was a user pick. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful play. Bryce Young absolutely folded. And we're already in field goal range. All we have to do is run this clock out, and we can kick the field goal and win the game. Come on. That's a first down. Come on, McCaffrey. Come on, McCaffrey. Juke. And the Cowboys will burn their first timeout. Read option. I meant to hand it off, but the Cowboys are going to burn their second timeout. And they should burn their last timeout after here. I could score. I guess not. All right, 3rd and inches. Best case scenario is we pick this first down up without scoring, and we can just kick the field goal. But we get blown up in the backfield, and we're just going to settle for the field goal. Just don't fold this. And that should be right down the middle, and which it is. And that's going to give us the lead, and the Cowboys only have 20 seconds to try to get in field goal range with 0 timeouts. Come on. Nobody's open. Is he going to try to take off? And he has to just throw it away. He's got nobody to throw it to. He's got to get it out of bounds, and he throws it away, and that's going to leave him with 4 seconds. They're going to settle for the Hail Mary, so we're just going to jump into prevent defense, and hopefully nothing crazy happens right here. He's going to throw it up, and that's going to be well short of the end zone, and it will be picked off, and that's going to end this game. And the Carolina Panthers will be moving on to the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl, the Panthers will be playing against the 12-5 Houston Texans. Before we jump into the Super Bowl, let's look at the Texans roster real quick. And they have 97 overall Justin Herbert at quarterback. They have 97 overall Devon Achane at running back. They've got some solid receivers, but nothing too crazy. Same with their tight end. Their defense so far looks pretty solid. 97 overall Jalen Carter at defensive tackle. Yeah, they've got a pretty solid team all around. But it is now time to see if we can save the Panthers and win the Super Bowl.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers.
The Texans go up 7-0, but we match their score 7-7, 10-7. And we have ball in the 17 right before half. Get the ball to Christian McCaffrey. Just follow your blocks, and that's going to be our first down. We still do have 3 timeouts, so we're going to continue to run the football. And that's a pickup of 3 yards. We're going to run double slants. I'm going to look for George Pickens on this first slant. Christian McCaffrey's wide open, actually. Dolphin diving in zone. Please get up in there. And we will take the lead right before half. And at a half, we kick a field goal. So the score is 17-10. The Texans kick a field goal. We are now in the 4th quarter. We go up 24-13. We kick another field goal. And we are up 27-13 with about 2 minutes left to play. It's 4th and inches. Can we get a stop? He throws a drag route. I missed the tackle. And that's going to be a first down. And they end up scoring. So now it's a 1-possession game again. And we're going to just try to run this clock out. Just follow the blocks. Oh, that's going to be a first down. Christian, stay in bounce. Stay in bounce. Why did I go down right there? I should have picked up more yards, but just continue giving the ball to McCaffrey. Oh, good move, boy. Good move. And they will have to burn their last timeout after that. And we should be able to just run this clock out. 1 more first down for sure in this game. Oh, yeah, that's game right there. GG's. Just get down. And now we're just going to take a knee and get up out of here. And the Carolina Panthers will be Super Bowl champions.
That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
So the Panthers beat the Texans 27-20 in the Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence ended up winning Super Bowl MVP. And in only 5 seasons, the Carolina Panthers were saved. With that being said, if y'all liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. And if y'all haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. We out, Tremai.